welcome back to the 200th video for Iowa Organic Farmer. Stay tuned and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and try to make it to 1,000 subscribers. Well, hey guys, welcome back. I didn't see you standing there. Huh. Well, we've got some soil finishing to do tomorrow for a customer. So that what the heck, we'll come out and we'll grease up the soil finisher, and of course we got a freaking bearing out. Went ahead and started pulling the bolts off and everything, but god dang it, why does it seem like every time I need to go do something, something's waiting to be repaired? We just checked this thing 30 acres ago and everything was good, but no, now we got a god dang bearing out. Isn't that the way it goes? Oh, right there. There we go. Now we can get the bolt out. Well, anyway, that's why I went ahead and was greasing everything, because it sucks to find bearings out when you're in the field rather than before you get in the field. So if you guys remember from the last one we was doing, I'm pretty sure I've got 2 more bearings, brand new ones on hand with good flanges. When I say good, I mean the greasable kind. So that way we can put the good bearings back in her and get right in the field tomorrow. It's still a little bit muddy, but he thinks we get run through it once tomorrow and then they'll be able to plant it, you know, probably this weekend. Got a pretty good chance of rain coming this. So he wants to go ahead and try to get some stuff planted. I'm not sure what he's doing, corn or beans. But anyway, yeah, it'll be nice to get everything planted for him. I guess I'm not doing the planting, so it doesn't matter to me, but yeah, get a little work going for us and get a little income coming. That'd be nice. This time of year it's pretty thin for income, you know, and that's the way it goes farming. There we go. Next piece, we were just right over there on the side of the creek. Now we've got I don't know, another 40 acres over here to do. This little piece we're on, and then 30 right, I don't know, maybe that's not 30, 15, but he wants to leave this really green patch in the middle. That's going to a different crop, and then we got to go over to the end down there, and we got another 15, 20 acres over there. I think he said there's 40 or 50 acres altogether to do here for today. We'll come back and get that one later. It's gonna go to corn, or maybe corn, depending on what the weather does. Might go to prevent plant. Whew, we're gaining. You can just I can't quite see him now. He's just behind the hill, but the planter's sitting right over there. He's getting ready to do that other side of the creek that we already done. So he's going to be on our tail in a matter of minutes, because that site over there is not very big. It's working up pretty nice going through here. Nice little washout in the middle here. It needs some grass in it, but it's working up pretty darn nice. This guy told me, he says, you be careful in this north end where she's kind of wet. I don't want you to get stuck. Yeah, well, it's a little wet, sure, for him, but this big dog, it doesn't, this little shit, it doesn't even bother. You can see the kind of job it's leaving. It's not even leaving clots. Just smooth as could be. Nice. See, now it's not picking up any fresh mud on the tires. That little bit of stuck mud that's on there is from going back there, where there's an intake and a terrace. It was a little bit mucky there, but not very big spot. Maybe like 5 foot long spot. So, oh, pretty nice. Working up real well. It's killed all the nice weeds. You can see he's got a nice variety of pigweed. I've seen a few mare's tail. There's quite a bit of pennycrest. Not very many giant ragweeds. He's got a few volunteer soybeans, like right there. I even saw a couple morning glories back there a little bit ago. There's a corn. I don't know why that's out here. Must have flooded in. We're getting there. He's not going to plant this piece right here in the middle, all this green weed shit. That's going to corn, he said. And being that great big wet hole straight back there behind us, he wants to get that fixed, potentially, and then plant it. But the guy that's planting, he's set for soybeans, so he's going to plant soybeans and then, you know, try to get all done with them and then go back to this guy's corn, so whatever. Apparently it's a big deal to change over a Kinsey to pointed soybeans. That's not a big deal on my planter. You just gotta switch the drums, so big deal. Don't matter to me, whatever. So we just gotta finish this little 40-acre piece and then we'll be out of here. Well guys, we're on a roll. We got done with all that last night, had about 115 acres done. Took her home, greased her this morning, fueled her up. It's coming down the road. And you know how sometimes you just get those feelings? So I'm turning around in my seat, looking backwards, right? Turning around in the seat, looking back at the soil finisher, looking at my tires on the ground. And I'm like, well, let's just make sure that them are all okay. And I see this one over here, the inside one, it's kind of doing one of these numbers, and I'm like, well, this one over here has got a bent rim, so it kind of has a nice rhythm of kind of wiggling. Well, this one's just kind of just going bloop, 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 bloop. Ah! I'm like, oh shit. So we pull over quick. The hubcap had already just, as soon as I stepped on the clutch to slow down, the hubcap had flew off. So run back here to look at it. I got the tire off already. Look at this. You ever seen a wheel bearing fail that's got a full hub of grease? And it was the inside bearing, and it had literally, it just fractured in half. You see all these little freaking rollers in there. Look at them, they're all still there. The outside bearing was fine, but the inside one had just kaput. Half of it's still there, the race anyway, and the other half is fucking smoked. Like, man, what What are the odds of that happening? And the fact that I turned around to look at it just as it happened. I mean, whatever. So, yeah, we're getting pretty good at breaking shit out here, I guess, on the soil finisher. Anyway, so I got ride coming. I got to run back home. I do have the bearings for it, but they're, you know, about 6 miles back that way. So I got to run back home with the wheel and get the bearings stuffed in her and get back on the road. And once again, guys, parts on hand makes it go a whole lot faster. Other than driving all the way back to the house and waiting for a ride, you know, it was pretty quick repair. We're back on the road again. It's only been 45 minutes since we noticed the bearing was out. So, anyway. Alright, we got to run over here. I think we got about 30 acres to do. And then we're going to run out to my place since the rain didn't come through today. We're going to get that 30-acre bean field ready to rip. Then we're going to be planting corn. I mean, beans. We're going to be planting beans. What do you think, Pete? Well, it's kind of a different position for me. I'm sitting backwards in the buddy seat bucket here. But it's kind of cool to look at the soil finisher this way. Fueling up for the third time. Big tractor takes big fuel. Well, guess what, guys? We finally got some clear weather the last few days. We've just been hammering getting everybody's field work done. So today we're gonna go out and get our field work done so we can get the planter out, put them soybeans in. Well, fucking kid, you gotta come home and honk, of course, goofball. All right. Well, shit, wouldn't you know it? As soon as we get ready to do our stuff, we got a freaking hose leaking. That steering hose right there comes right over here. God dang it. Well, shoot, okay. We'll get the hood popped up here real quick and get that guy replaced. It just goes up right there to the steer motor. Not a big deal. It's just another freaking pain in the butt. I don't know. Seems like we got something to replace or repair it the last 3 days in a row. Every day. One thing or another. It's like, what the heck? Okay. We got the hose replaced. Now I'm going to go back down there and make sure we get all the harrows and everything let down. The camera can't really lift them. They're pretty heavy, so hopefully nothing else goes wrong today. We'll get the soil finisher going, and we'll come back and get the planter filled up, and we'll probably be planting soybeans this afternoon if everything goes right. Looks like we just got one hanging up today, or this time anyway. Wait. Come on, light up in there. Okay, I think all of the rest of them are okay. Need to get that one straightened back out someday. Alright, here we go. So, just finishing up the end rows on this big piece. Still pretty wet down through here like she was a couple weeks ago when we was out killing weeds. And it's pretty damp throughout the rest of the field. That mud hole on the other side of the building site's still there. It's worse than it was 2 weeks ago. So we've got rain coming tomorrow night. What I'm thinking we might do is just let this sit today and kind of burn off and dry out a little bit more, and then come back through and plant tomorrow. I mean, we could plant today, but I think, you know, I've done that in the past before when the soil's just a little bit too damp yet, and she's kind of balling when you try to grab it in your hand. And usually what you get, you'll have mud, or I mean not mud, you'll have weeds come up right in your planter tire tracks. So if we let it burn off just a little bit longer, dry out just a little bit more, I think we can keep some of them weeds at bay. So I think that's what we're gonna do, guys. Looks pretty good. There's not a whole lot of weeds out. We got a lot of that foxtail coming up right there like that. A few of the bigger weeds, like those giant ragweeds, were up back behind us in them mud holes where I couldn't really get, you know, get a good kill on them 2 weeks ago when it was so dang muddy. But the rest of it's looking pretty darn good, I think. See, there's that big mud hole right there. Not going to be able to plant through that. I'll have to go around it somehow. I doubt it'll dry out enough by tomorrow to plant it. Well, thanks for coming along, guys, for our 200th video of Iowa Organic Farmer. This is going to be kind of an early video for you guys, just because it is a special one and we've got so much content to stuff through this week. So I figured we'd go ahead and put them through on a Sunday rather than wait until Friday, Saturday time. So anyway, you can probably hear that tractor in the background. We've got the soybeans planted. You're going to have to wait till the next video to see them. Coming right up. You guys know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Give me a good share, a thumbs up. Until next time, catch you later.